Okay, it's now recording.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Ronald Henken Vaitodas, how do you pronounce your name?
Vaidotas.
Vaidotas, okay. So we're really gonna tackle 3 topics in the next hour, which is quickly a short presentation of Streamliner, what it's all about. Then we're gonna go to the first block is how to set up a company account on Streamliner. And then we're gonna quickly go through how does it be used practically, i.e. how can you make book a slot on Streamliner. If you got questions, raise your hand or ask something. So where does it all start? Streamliner is what we call a supply chain collaboration tool. It allows the receiver, being Greenyard, to really plan and monitor all the deliveries in a collaborative way. So instead of being always on the telephone or on the email, this is a platform where you as carriers will see all the transports you have to do, where you can actually book the delivery, but you can also, as you will see, communicate during the execution and at the reception of the goods. So it's a slot booking tool, but built in a whole communication platform. You must somewhere see as being it's a platform where it's like a very dedicated, specialized WhatsApp, which allows you to book slots, which allows you to follow up the delivery, and which allows you to communicate with Greenyard if there would be any deviation versus the planned delivery. So we really will see that in this community, there are what we call different actors, that is suppliers. Today, we're actually only talking to carriers. There are carriers, there is the receiver, which is a warehouse or a factory, and then there's the planning department, here presented by Elvira. And then, of course, it can go on because we could even do the outbound also, but it's also out of scope. It's all about connecting people. It's really to take the day-to-day execution and follow-up out of your siloed inboxes in your email and out of your, let's say, phone calls into a platform where you'll be able to chat, where you'll be able to exchange documents, where you'll be able to see in real time the statuses. So it's really all this, it's much more than slot booking, but of course, the base is slot booking. Let's not forget that. So let's start with making up your Streamliner account. Everybody should have received an email, which is an invitation, which comes typically from notification@streamliner.cloud, which is your invitation to create your company account. First question, did everybody receive that email?
No, I've not received anything.
I think, Elvira, did you? I think you invited Cool Control. I think you even invited them 2 times. You're on mute, Elvira.
Yes, that's the issue I reported to you yesterday. They did not receive the emails, even though I sent it to 2 different email addresses and still did not
I checked
receive.
my IT with spam box and firewall and nothing was there.
Do you check your spams?
Yes, I even asked my IT this morning. You also checked the firewalls and the spam. So.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay. This is Ronald at Cool Control. Huh?
No, Roland.
Roland, yes.
Yeah, but your email address was Roland at Cool Control. That's the email address, huh?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Okay. I will talk to our IT specialist, and we'll have to check because yeah, it's normally it's typically something with the settings of your firewalls, but we'll come back to you. The others, did they receive the invitation?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let me go through the principles, and then in life we'll create a company account. So it's important to understand that Streamliner every company makes an account. It's important to note that with that account, and we see already the case that some of the carriers, they are a carrier for Bakker, they are a carrier for Greenyard France. It means that once you're invited on Streamliner, you can use that account to join different, let's say, communities. I'll explain you what a community is later. So it is very important, this company account, you need to set up only one time in Streamliner, and also it is linked to one VAT number. So for one VAT number, you can have only one company account. Afterwards, you can invite all the users you want under that account. So that's very important. So how does it look? You've received an email from Streamliner, notification at streamliner.cloud. In this email, there is a blue button. That is the button we're going to use to actually create your company. First, you set up your company. First, you set up your, let's say, the base user, which you call the primary owner. The primary owner is, everybody can leave the company and join the company, but the primary owner is the one which actually is always there. So if the primary owner would change, it's very important that you first invite a new user, and then the user can actually be set over to the primary account. We explain all that. Once the user is created, we create a company, and then you will see that you get an activation email. That's step one. Then is your company made. It's literally 10 minutes of work. Once you've made your company, you see it's all these steps we'll go through. It's really 4 steps and your account is active. Once you are there as a user, you can invite other users, and also you can change your own account, meaning you can add a picture and all these elements to make your account. Then is very important, and we really stress this, it's important to invite a second user in your company. Because you one day want to go on holiday, you want to do maybe, we never hope it, but if you're something absent. So please take the good habit to invite at least a second, if not a third or fourth. So you can invite as many users as you want. Make sure you invite a second user, a colleague, which can actually replace you when you are not there. So we're going to explain you how you can manage a user. And very important as a user, it's a SaaS application. So let's say the URL, as we call it, the one which you use when you go to Chrome, this is really the one you need to put in your favorites. It's app.streamliner.cloud. That is the website you go to book a slot with Greenyard. app.streamliner.cloud. So very important that this you need to know, this you need to put in the favorites of your browser and your set. So from an IT setup, nothing is needed. Everything works. It's just app.streamliner.cloud. Please note that as you go. And then the third step we actually going to take, so company account, invite colleagues, and the third step is you need to create one location. It's just technically we need one location where your company is located, otherwise Streamliner will not work. So just we'll show you how to create a location. That is really the steps we're now going to go on demo. Those who are, let's say, have the account, the invitation available, you can actually follow it in parallel with me. So let me now go to an email. I've prepared one yesterday. So do you see my my email? And I'm going to use an invitation. So here is. So this is the email you should have received. It comes from notifications@streamliner.cloud, Streamliner admin, and it is sent to the email which actually Ilvira sent. So you should actually look for this email which says Streamliner admin, hey, you're invited. For those, Henk, Viatoras, if you can follow, the first thing you do is you click on the blue button. You go to the email, and you see the email, and you will see that this blue button is actually a clickable button. And you click on it. This will take you to Streamliner. And you will actually come to this first screen. This is your company account. Here I'm using the demo. It's called AFL Barendrecht. It's very important you use here the name of the company. It's going to be the company name which will be seen on Streamliner. So it's important you use the name which your company want to be known by, whatever it is. This is the email in which you've been invited. Important, Streamliner is about connecting people. It's important to put like a name behind, so when we actually communicate, Greenyard, Elvira knows who she's talking to. Sorry, I should have taken a different one because this one already exists. I'm going to go a step back. Because this one I created yesterday, so I'm going to use this one. So this is a company called Greenyard France. Your Fernand, I will do it Erik. And then you got an email address, and then you need to choose your own password. Very important. The password is very important for security reasons. So make sure that, of course, you create this password and you don't forget it. You can always save it in your browser, but please note it somewhere. Of course, there's a procedure if you forget the password to reinitiate it, but that's the next step. Step one is done. Second step is we're gonna validate if this company doesn't exist already. Meaning we do that by using your email, your VAT number. So here we ask you to check the VAT number. This VAT number is only used to check if the company is not yet existing. So you type in the VAT number of your company and you do a check. And actually we check on saying, this company doesn't exist yet. So steps 2, we click and you go to the overview. And then the last step is you agree, as you see, this is for free. You can use a slot booking for free. You click on the privacy policy. If you want to click on them, you can read them because they're available on the website, and you create the account. Step 1 is done. Your company account exists on Streamliner. Any question so far? So what you hear in the background is what we call the confirmation emails. And that's very important. There are 2 confirmation emails which come. And the confirmation emails are, on the one hand, the confirmation of your account, which is called "You're almost there." And then the second email is that you're invited to join the community. And that's very important. These are 2 steps. So let's first click. You first click on "You're almost there." You click on the email, and the email says activate your account. You click on the blue button. It will bring you to Streamliner and says, you're there, you're set. If you now click on sign in, it will use your password and you're actually signed in. And then you will see that you come to the second step, which is the Greenyard community. If you would already be a carrier of Bakker Barendrecht, boom, you will see actually a second block here. So it means that if you're a member of different communities, they will appear next to each other. But of course, Greenyard France is a new community. It's in orange. You haven't accepted it yet, so it's very important. You click on, you click on the title and you hover it. It becomes a little hand here. You click on it and you say accept. And as from them, you as a carrier are member of the community of Greenyard France. That's something you do only once, and then you're done. Any question so far? See, this really took me 10 minutes to do this. Once you're here, you go to your company page by clicking on the black bar to the left. You see your company page with your company name. And then we're going to do the 2 additional steps, which is inviting a colleague. And how do you invite a colleague? You go to users, you click on add, you add a user, and there, what is really important, you tap in a name, Paul, whatever, from Erik France. You type in his email address. You will see that a user can only be once on Streamliner. Here you take a role. It's very important that the second user, you make him company owner, because these are all, let's say, the more you go up, the more rights you have. The highest right is the primary owner. The second highest is the company owners. There's only one primary owner. There can be multiple company owners, administrators, users, pluses, and users. But it's very important that you got a second company owner. So invite him, and that's it. And you push on invite. Your colleague will get an email to actually activate his account. And the activation is only creating a password. So I will show you the email your colleague will receive. See, your colleague will receive this type of email, which says activate your account. You click on it, it will take you to Streamliner, and in 1 minute, you actually have activated your account. So then you're in a step where you say, I've got my company account, I've joined the community of Greenyard, I've made a second user, and now the last step to do is you must have one location. You must create at least one location. And basically what it is, you go to your location, you add a location, you type whatever it is. You can choose, it can be your head office, you give it a name, you can say HQ Erik France. You must give in the address, whatever, I put in here a fake address. Is in Belgium. It's not important. The most important here is this flag. Don't touch this, because this actually enables to yard management. Leave it like this. You can add additional information, but that's just for information. It's not important. You click on add. This is all the setup you have to do. Once this is done, now you are totally ready to start using Streamliner. I'm going to do a little pause before we actually continue to see if there are questions at this point. Any questions, Henk, Ronald?
Nothing, not for me.
Yeah. So this setup, as you see, it took us 20 minutes, and you got an account on Streamliner. What I'm going to show you also is very important. When you're on Streamliner, you see here on the top right part, which is called something called support. And this is an online help. And the online help consists of 2 things. First, there is the support center. And the support center it's a list of small articles where if you say, I don't know how to do a certain thing, you assume you forgot how to book a slot. You basically type book slots. And it will give you step-by-step guide to book a slot. As a carrier, you go there and you find a small procedure. So it's kind of an online help desk where by typing in a keyword, it will bring you to little articles. So that can help you if you are somewhere blocked. You can also go in and say, like, it's about how was this again to invite a new user. You can either type in here user, or you can go here to say user management, and will show you all the articles, like how to reset my password, how to delete a user, how to. So we really offer a lot of questions on this support page. So it's very important that you tell your users to work with the support page. If you are really stuck, there's always a live chat. And you can ask us a question, and then it goes into a help desk. So these are, I think, 2 supports which are available for you if ever, while using the tool, you get stuck. Support page live. So we continue. We talked about multiple users. Very important. We still see a lot of companies having only 1 user, and then the user leaves the company, and then they're suddenly stuck because they don't know how to log into the tool. It avoids a lot of stress if you can use that. You're already a carrier. If you're a supplier, it actually invites them carriers. We're going to skip that. Now I'm going to go into a next step, which is the whole communication layer. As a user, when you go to your users, you actually see here that there is a tab called Streamliner Notifications. Now, that is very important to explain every user what to do with it. So I'm now leaving it on. So let me now go to the community, and now in the Greenyard community. In the Greenyard community, you will actually see a tab called companies, a tab called members, and a tab called locations. If I go to the members, you will see all the members of the Greenyard community, meaning all the contact persons in Greenyard, in carriers, but you will see yourself. And here you can actually see all the automatic messages Streamliner can send you. It's very important. We are from the principle, you choose yourself which notifications you want to receive. So Streamliner can actually flag you on saying, when a package is meaning Elvira send you a new transport to do. It's like, please go and pick up something and deliver it there. That's what we call a package. So we will actually notify you when there is a new package, meaning you will get in your email a ping saying, hey, there's a new package, which you need to book a slot for. If you say, I don't want to see that, which I would not recommend, you can basically say, I don't want to see it. It could be that, for example, one user is saying, like, I'm only the backup. And while I'm not active, I don't want to get all the notifications, then you can deactivate it. The moment your colleague is on holiday, you go in again and you activate notifications. So it can be useful for some users to be only what I would call a user in the background, meaning he uses the tool, but he's not actively notified. So here you can say, well, I want to see when a new package is there, but every time a package is updated, I don't want to get all those updates. Then you can actually individually click to activate or deactivate this notification. This is very important because if you leave them all on, you're going to get a lot of notifications. So it's something where you have to really understand it's your job. I don't know what's your responsibility in the company. So it's something where you need to kind of go through and understand what to do. The ones I would recommend you to keep is a comment added to a package and a new package available and a package deleted, meaning that this is new package available, i.e. you got a new transport instruction from Greenyard France. This is when Greenyard France cancels that transportation. And this is when they add a comment on the transportation. You will see that what this means. On the shipment, it means the delivery, meaning your truck is in Rungis. What I definitely would do is I would definitely say that when a comment is added, meaning at the discharge, they notify you something. When an issue is added, meaning there's a damage or an issue, those ones I would leave. And also maybe when it's deleted and cancelled, meaning you've got an appointment, you think you can go tomorrow, but the warehouse tells you it's closed. So this I would do as a carrier, as a good set of notifications. It's not going to be too much and it allows you to manage. But again, it's only a recommendation. You choose yourself which are the notifications you should want to follow. But it's very important that you really manage this, because otherwise, you can do a lot with Streamliner. If you leave all notifications on, it might be a little bit too much. So that's really important to always tell your people how to do that. Again, if you don't know how to do it, you go to support, you type in support center, and you say manage notifications, and then how to manage your own notifications. You get a whole procedure which explains you how to manage notifications. So everything I've explained you is also available on the support page. So that's about the notifications as a user. Let me now go to production. How do I book a slot? And therefore, I'm going to go to a company where actually I've got something ready. So I'm going to log out. So you are on Streamliner. This is in demo. In your case, it's going to be app.streamliner.cloud. So you go to the website, you type in app.streamliner.cloud, and you will come to this screen. The first thing you do is you're going to sign in. Sign in with your password and with your password, username and password, and you sign. Then you're going to go to Greenyard France community. This is actually what we call the community wall. This is where Greenyard Rungis can post general messages. Can be around, we're closed, watch out for our roadworks, there's a strike in France, the périphérique is closed, take some time. So it's general information which Greenyard France will post to everyone. Very important to read them. Here also, in files, you'll be able to file any operational procedure which there might be, which Greenyard France wants you to know. Any security procedure, any whatever. So these are, let's say, two elements you go. Operationally, you're here. You click on Streamliner. This is where you book slots. How does it go? You will find here what we call the packages. And the packages is transport instructions. It's Elvira has sent you a mission on saying you have to go and pick up something somewhere and deliver it to Rungis. That is a package. When you see a package, you will always see the following. You will see it's a unique number. The supplier is always Greenyard Group. Expected delivery date, pickup location, drop-off location. And a volume, a number of pallets. So you as a carrier, you say, okay, and there's also what we call the earliest pickup time. It's not an agreed pickup time with the supplier, but you know it's not earlier than that. So this is what we call your package. And you will have as many packages as you have. What you now have to do, you have to, for that package, you click on it, and you have to book a slot to go and deliver the Rungis. Now, very important, when you open this, you can already send a comment. If there is an issue with the package, you can talk directly with Elvira. You don't have to pick up the phone. You can write here and say, okay, I hope you write something more interesting, but okay, we will deliver this. You don't need to do that, but assume or something like that. So you can actually, here also, you see, there is some attachments. If there is a document which you need to somewhere share, you can attach any file to that document, if it would be useful. Classical, what you do is you look at the package, you say, okay, I'm going to pick this up. I know it's 7 pallets, fine, everybody happy. I add it to my basket, and you book a delivery slot. So very simple. You click on book, and you're brought to the delivery calendar of Greenyard ranges. You select the truck type. I will tell you afterwards, if it's always a trailer, you can actually standardize that. You say, okay, this is my reference. This is the pickup location, earliest pickup date, delivery date, 27th. Okay, it's of course a demo. By definition, you're already late now because it was expected on the 27th. You choose your time. You can of course never choose a time in the past. You can say, okay, I'm going to deliver this tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and you book a slot. As you see here, this slot, it doesn't have a green little dot. If you are within the time requested by Greenyard, you will get an automatic confirmation of the slot. If it's outside the requested time, Greenyard will have to approve the slot. But this is as little as you have to do. Now the slot is made, and as you can see, this is now green. Meaning in the package, you can easily see, are there still packages for which I need to arrange a pickup, arrange the transport? Now here, this is done. If you want to share on saying on the shipment, even a later stage, you want to add a license plate, also here, you can add comments and you can say, for example, truck license plate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can share information with Elvira. Again, you can add also at this stage additional information. But now it goes on. Now I'm going to leave this and I'm going to sign in as Greenyard branches. So this is the famous reservation we made. I click on it, and you see that this reservation was late. Because we only booked a slot for the 30th, where it was actually expected on the 27th. I can approve it. If you approve it, automatically you will see this on saying they've accepted the slot. Now, when they are actually receiving it, that's the beauty, when the truck arrives in Paris, they will timestamp it. And this timestamping will be shared with you. So you will be able to see, the truck is arrived and he's in, he's now docked, fine. They can even give a gate number. They can say, okay, we put him at gate number 5. So you can basically see, they're now discharging. While they are discharging, they can, what we call, add issues and share documents. Issues are predefined, and we still need to define together with Greenyard France that list, predefined problems. Like, for example, they're discharging and they might say, carton cassé, a broken carton. Meaning that at that moment, during the reception, you will get one of these notifications, which we discussed earlier, saying, hey guys, we're discharging your truck and there's a problem. And you can look. And they can even say, like, for example, assume they have a picture of the truck. And that's really the cool thing, is that in the same time, so they might upload a picture on saying, look, this is the way we saw the load. So these pictures are shared in real time. They can even go as far as if they sign a CMR, they can send a CMR and attach it to the document. Or they can open and say, we will refuse pallets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So meaning that before the truck leaves, all the information around a potential issue is already there. You can consult it. And so it's like a central place where all the documents are in there. And you can also see that now he's unloaded, he's gone, and he's out. So you can also see that your truck has left the premise again at that time. And we measure how long it takes them to discharge. So you can also see how long typically a truck takes to be unloaded at Greenyard France. So it is a slot booking tool, but as you see, it also digitalizes all the communication around booking a slot, any issue with the delivery, and you can track in real time what is also happening. Also, when your truck is already 2 hours waiting in front of the gate, that's also where you can use it. You can perfectly go into Streamliner and say, if I now log in again as the carrier, of course, now the shipment, but assume on this shipment you've been waiting for 3 hours. You can also go in here and say, I want to signal you that I'm already waiting 30 minutes. And then, boom, there will be a message sent to Elvira on saying, why is my truck already waiting there 30 minutes? Or you can write a free text. And this happens. And this is something where we see it's kind of this communication. If your driver is en route to Paris and he calls you because of a problem, put a little comment on saying, sorry, driver is blocked at Chartres. He will be 1 hour late. That's also possible. Or even better, what you can also do is, and now I'm going to take a different, because I need an open shipment. 1 second. Let me take another example. Your driver is somewhere blocked. You know he's going to be late. So here, you go to delivery. Assume delivery dates. So you add to the basket, you book a slot, and you say, okay, I'm going to deliver this today at 3 o'clock. Book the slots. Everybody happy, slot booked at 3 o'clock. Assume now your driver calls you and says, look, I'm blocked, I'm not going to make 3 o'clock. You can always go in. See here, this little row. You go in and you say edit shipment. You say, shit, I'm not going to make 3 o'clock. I'm only going to be 3 hours late. So you can actually request a new slot from Greenyard. When Greenyard accepts it, you'll be automatically notified. So it's also a way where if your driver tells you you're going to be late, you can go in, book a new slot, and you can change it by going here on edit slots. So it's also makes all the telephone calls and the emails, and you're not waiting for confirmation, and everybody gets a nice view of what's about here. Any questions at this stage? You're on mute, Henk. I don't hear you.
Yeah, there's no questions. It's very clear.
Okay, so really, it's the key element is that you'll get notifications whenever there's a new package in there. When there's a new package, you click on it, and you basically book a slot. So it's a really, and then once in execution, if there's any issue around the shipment, you can actually use this as a communication platform. That's actually what Streamliner is all about. So it's very easy in use. It's very user friendly. There's an online support. And I think the next step is now use it. Any new thing, first days, we're all going to be looking a little bit. We're there to support you. Elvira is there to support you. There's the online support. There's the chat function. So we're there to actively help you to get on the way. Roland, I've noted your question, and I'll come back to you. You got a telephone number, Ronald, where I can call you?
Yeah, Elvira has it.
Okay, good. So we'll come back to Elvira to understand why the email didn't go through. We might want to call you to kind of find out. It's typically something with firewalls, but we'll figure that out. And then the rest is, I would say, good luck. Today there are already 1,500 companies using Streamliner on a daily basis, 24/7. So it works, and they're all very happy using it. So it's just a question of jumping in the water and trying it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your explanation.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. So very important, if you got stuck, allez, look at the website. We're also going to publish this video on our YouTube channel. If you got a question afterwards, you can always go back to it. But please use the support page. And this PowerPoint which I shared, I will also send it to Elvira, and she will also send it around to everybody.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah,